Blake Lively has lost almost 900,000 followers since the Baldoni It Ends With Us drama. Meanwhile, he's gained over 230,000. But wait, I thought this was all because of bots in a retaliation campaign. Here's the problem with that argument. Bots don't unfollow people. If it had actually used bot farms, they wouldn't be making her followers disappear. That's real people hitting the unfollow button. Bots might boost negative engagement, more comments, more views on bad press, but they don't erase nearly 1 million followers. That kind of drop, that's organic. Meanwhile, Baldoni gained 230,000 followers. If this was some bot operation, wouldn't those same bots be following him too? Instead, people left her page voluntarily. Bottom line, if Lively's team keeps blaming bots, they're gonna have to explain how AI suddenly developed self-awareness and decided it was over Blake Lively, and so it unfollowed itself. I don't know. Does this have any effect on her lawsuit against Baldoni? I still don't understand the retaliation campaign claim.
Picture this. Hollywood's golden couple, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, perched atop a mighty pedestal of blockbuster success, social media adoration, and squeaky clean reputations. Now imagine that pedestal collapsing in an earth-shaking scandal, complete with massive follower losses, shocking leaks, secret cover-ups, and a nasty feud with none other than It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. If you think this is the stuff of tabloid fever dreams, buckle up because the reality is even wilder. Welcome back to our channel, where we dig deep into the juiciest celebrity controversies swirling around Tinseltown. Today, we're plunging into what may be the biggest PR mess of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' entire career. And trust us, you do not want to miss a second of this drama. Is the glamorous couple behind some grand conspiracy to sabotage their co-star? Or are they innocent victims in a twisted revenge plot orchestrated by a legion of trolls? The only thing we know for certain, nearly 1 million fans have hit that unfollow button on Lively, while Baldoni's star keeps rising. Grab your popcorn and get comfy, because the scandal is just getting started. Let's begin with the jaw-dropping Instagram exodus that has left industry insiders and fans at a total loss for words. According to social media analytics, Blake Lively's official account mysteriously dropped 900,000 followers. That's not just a small dip, it's a full-blown mass exodus. Meanwhile, her rumored rival, Justin Baldoni, has gained over 230,000 new followers in practically the same time frame. Talk about a social media power shift. Initially, some sources loyal to Lively's camp tried to downplay the meltdown, claiming it could be the work of bot farms or shady online manipulation. But let's be real, bots don't typically unfollow in massive numbers. They might flood an account with spammy comments or artificially inflate likes, but they don't spontaneously vanish, taking 1 million real accounts with them. So, what actually happened? Fans and skeptics alike argue there must be a deeper reason, some underlying rift in fan loyalty. After all, if the only explanation was bot warfare, wouldn't Baldoni's new fan count also be artificially inflated by the same phantom forces? Yet Baldoni's fresh wave of followers seems organically legit. Insiders speculate that something in Lively's ongoing drama has prompted fans to jump ship, pointing to the legal tug-of-war brewing between Lively and Baldoni as a potential tipping point. Could it be that the public is taking sides in a secret feud? Or might there be bigger bombs about to drop? Ladies and gentlemen, we're only scratching the surface. If you thought losing nearly 1 million followers was dramatic, hold on to your seats because the next chapter reads like a Hollywood thriller. On February 13th, Ari Emanuel, CEO of WME, the mega agency representing both Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, made a guest appearance on the popular Freakonomics Radio Live podcast. So far, so normal. Until Emanuel had a not-so-subtle slip of the tongue and referred to Justin Baldoni as Justin Balone, dismissing him in a way that felt like more than just a mispronunciation. Then, the real bomb detonated. Emanuel reportedly admitted on air that Baldoni had been fired under direct pressure from none other than Reynolds and Lively themselves. So if that was all caught on tape, where's the proof? According to fans and a few suspiciously silent production team members, the entire recording of that Freakonomics episode vanished. Audio and video gone without a trace.
To the audio failures we had earlier, there was another, even bigger failure. The show had not been recorded. she says. And I didn't understand. I asked her to repeat herself. She said, they didn't record the show. And I still didn't quite understand. I mean, I've been recording stuff for many years now. I was a musician and I used to work in all kinds of studio. This show now for 15 years, we've recorded thousands of studio and live interviews, many other things. And not once have the people responsible for recording just failed to record it. But tonight, that's apparently what happened. I am pretty sure we did do a live show with Ari Emanuel and RJ Cutler and Louis.
Just happened. The one show that could land a powerful WME executive in hot water just so happens to be the only show in your entire career that the recording equipment mysteriously malfunctioned. What a coincidence.
Those snippets reveal Emanuel mockingly calling Justin baloney before bragging that he was effectively done in Hollywood. Is this an innocent mishap or a grand cover-up to shield some of Hollywood's biggest power players? Things escalated further when a bizarre Change.org petition popped up online, seemingly out of thin air. The petition's goal? To have Ryan Reynolds booted from the Screen Actors Guild and the Producers Guild of America for unspecified misconduct. The petition was even signed under the name Gavin Beck, a tongue-in-cheek reference to Netflix's You, in which the character Joe Goldberg's real name is sometimes blurred with false identities. Talk about living in a meta-dimension. Now, according to some fans, this petition has Reynolds' sense of humor written all over it. Playful, sarcastic, over the top. But without any tangible evidence linking him directly, it's anyone's guess. It might be the work of a random internet troll trying to stir the pot, or it could be a counterattack from someone in Baldoni's camp. After all, petitions are easy to create and even easier to circulate. Still, the mere existence of this fiasco speaks volumes about how toxic the atmosphere has become. The lines are blurred, the accusations are flying, and the thirst for revenge on all sides seems very, very real. In the eye of this hurricane lies the actual lawsuit between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Lively's legal team appears to be playing hardball, allegedly requesting 2.5 years' worth of Baldoni's phone records, emails, and personal data to find anything that could support her claims of defamation and a smear campaign. But hold on to your lawyers, folks, because the judge effectively shut that request down, labeling it excessive and invasive. Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, was quick to point out how outrageous it was for Lively's team to demand so much information, especially since the alleged smear campaign is said to have kicked off only a few months ago. Why, Friedman argued, should Lively have access to Baldoni's personal data from years before any dispute began? The judge seemed to agree, effectively telling Lively's camp to dial down their demands. Court observers claim this is a major blow to Lively's case because it suggests the court is skeptical of any fishing expedition for dirt. Some cynics might call it a sign that Lively's case is crumbling. Others believe she's just regrouping for an even more strategic move. In the midst of all this chaos, Ryan Reynolds got blindsided by a scandal of his own. An old clip from a talk show started recirculating online, revealing a cringeworthy anecdote about a scene he filmed with actress Olivia Wilde, where he humorously described the moment he placed his hands on her chest, allegedly more comedic than scandalous at the time. But in today's heightened era of consent awareness, fans and critics alike were quick to pounce. Some labeled it an off-color joke best left in the past. Others saw it as a red flag that fits into a broader pattern of questionable behavior. The timing is too good, or too suspicious, to ignore. Could this clip have been intentionally dredged up to smear Reynolds, or does it simply reflect a changing culture that no longer tolerates flippant remarks about intimate scenes? Either way, the result is the same, a PR migraine for Reynolds. Thus far, the Deadpool star has chosen silence, leaving fans to wonder if he's diligently preparing a response or just waiting for the storm to pass. Hold on to your hats, because the next revelation might just blow them away. Alleged internal. WME emails point to a deliberate attempt to blacklist Baldoni. According to these leaked documents, Reynolds and Lively reportedly told top agency executives they didn't want Baldoni anywhere near future film deals. One email allegedly states, "He's done. They want him out permanently." If this is true, and it's still all alleged, mind you, it would be the smoking gun fans have been waiting for, confirming that the power couple is pulling strings behind the scenes to squash Baldoni's career. But here's where it gets spicier. There are also hints at a smear campaign, orchestrated from somewhere within their orbit. A particularly chilling line reads, "We need to control the story before he does." Suddenly, all those negative headlines painting Baldoni as some kind of villain start to look suspect. Was he genuinely in the wrong? Or were these rumors strategically fed to the media to ruin his reputation before he could retaliate? The industry is now rife with speculation. Are Lively and Reynolds that ruthless? Or is this all one big misunderstanding, fueled by random leaks? As if that weren't enough to whet your appetite for drama, a new bombshell suggests that crucial evidence Baldoni saga might have been deliberately destroyed. An anonymous whistleblower from inside WME claims that relevant emails, meeting notes, and communications discussing Baldoni's removal from certain projects were purged from the agency's system shortly after this scandal erupted. If true, that's not just shady, it's potentially illegal. Rumor has it Baldoni's camp is now working with a private investigator, rumored to have uncovered backups stored on an offshore server. Insiders whisper that if these backups ever see the light of day, they could expose a wide-ranging conspiracy to sabotage Baldoni's career, implicating not just Lively and Reynolds, but also key figures at WME. We're talking potential evidence-tampering claims that could blow this entire scandal into uncharted territory. Neither Lively nor Reynolds has commented publicly on these damning allegations. But one thing is clear, the stakes have never been higher. While all eyes remain fixed on the lawsuit, a chorus of voices from Lively's past projects has suddenly piped up, casting doubt on her pristine public persona. One unnamed co-star from the Rhythm section reportedly described her as rude, dismissive, and completely uninterested in collaboration. Another former colleague claims Lively was guarded and difficult on set, though no one was brave enough to go on the record. At least not yet. Could these comments be sour grapes or simply everyday tensions from a hectic film set? Possibly. But the timing suggests a narrative forming, that Blake Lively's America's Sweetheart act might be a carefully curated facade. This wave of critiques, combined with the brewing legal storm, is painting a less than flattering picture. Could it be that her image was never quite as squeaky clean as we assumed? Or are these remarks just opportunistic jabs from people who've been waiting for the right moment to pounce? If insiders are to be believed, major figures within the film industry are starting to distance themselves from Lively and Reynolds. A-listers who once lauded them as Hollywood's golden couple might be getting a bit nervous about their association, fearing they could be swept into the swirling scandal. In a place as image-obsessed as Hollywood, even the hint of serious wrongdoing can cost someone roles, sponsorship deals, and treasured brand partnerships. Meanwhile, fans on social media are passionately divided. Hashtags like #Justice for Baldoni are colliding with supporters rallying behind Iron Team Lively. Message boards, Reddit threads, and Twitter feeds are lighting up with new rumors, unverified inside info, and endless debates about who is telling the truth. Could Lively and Reynolds be mounting a hush-hush defense behind the scenes? Or is their silence a form of damage control, hoping the scandal fizzles out on its own? Just when everyone thought this fiasco had reached peak absurdity, yet another batch of leaked documents began circulating online. These are rumored to be from WME's internal communications as well, detailing how to best shield Lively and Reynolds from backlash by feeding tabloids certain stories about Baldoni's alleged misconduct. One message allegedly states, "We need to make sure Ryan and Blake aren't implicated. Let's push the narrative that Baldoni's a liability." Of course, the authenticity of these leaks remains unverified. Could they be fabricated by Baldoni's supporters to tarnish the couple's image? Or are they a legitimate piece of evidence, showing top-level manipulation and intimidation in the Hollywood machine? Either way, the effect is the same, an intensifying sense of paranoia and suspicion that even the most beloved stars can be cunning operators behind closed doors. According to unconfirmed reports, Justin Baldoni himself might be gearing up for a massive public statement, one that could flip this entire feud on its head. Allegedly, he's been compiling his own dossier of emails, texts, and perhaps even audio recordings that paint a completely different picture of events. If Baldoni comes forward with substantial proof, especially in the aftermath of these leaked WME memos, Hollywood could be facing a bombshell scandal that permanently fractures Lively and Reynolds' once impeccable brand. Until now, Baldoni has been relatively mum aside from some cryptic social media posts and formal legal responses. But that might be changing. Insiders say he's waited for the right moment, letting Lively's legal claims and public opinion swirl before striking back with receipts. If that's true, we could be mere days away from the biggest revelation in this entire saga, one that no hush money, no bot army, and no slick PR spin could bury. So, are Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds the picture-perfect victims of a vindictive smear campaign? Or is the couple playing puppet master, orchestrating a ruthless takedown of a co-star who dared cross them? With allegations of blacklists vanishing, podcasts, rigged petitions, and an entire barrage of leaked documents, this Hollywood feud has become the talk of Tinseltown, perhaps even overshadowing the hype around Reynolds' upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine film. One thing's for sure, the once untouchable duo is finding themselves in a spiral of bad press, legal defeats, and social media chaos. And while they continue to keep conspicuously quiet in the public eye, the curtain is slowly being pulled. Back on a side of Hollywood few ever see, a place where power is wielded behind the scenes, careers can be ended with a well-placed rumor, and the line between victim and villain often blurs into oblivion. What do you think? Are these just baseless allegations blown out of proportion by internet trolls, or is there a deep-seated conspiracy fueling one of Hollywood's hottest scandals? Let us know in the comments below. If you're dying for more juicy updates on this developing saga, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a twist. Because trust us, this story is far from over. And in Hollywood, nothing stays buried for long. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with the latest bombshell scoop that Tinseltown definitely doesn't want you to hear.